Good morning, guys. Today we'll see Firebase. Firebase is used for the backend services. It can be used for storing the data, for authentication purpose, for hosting the applications, and many more. Firebase, you can also use the Firebase for the cloud servicing. Firebase is used with web applications, mobile application, and as well as iOS applications. Firebase has been developed by the Firebase, but later on it has been acquired by the Google. Now Google is handling the services of the Firebase. So for using the Firebase, we have required the Google account. You can register. If you are having the Google account, then you can access the Firebase services, or you can use the Firebase with your application. Here I am focusing on the implementation part. So for theoretical notes, you can find the link on the description. And my main aim is to you can use Firebase with your application. So here I am implementing the Firebase with Android application. So now wasting the time, we are moving to the Android Studio, and on Android Studio we will create the project. Here we will create a project, and we will see how we can connect this project with Firebase. So now we will create the project. Click on the file, new project, next, give the name of the project, my Firebase application, my Firebase app demo. This is our application. Click on finish. This is our newly created project. Now come to the design part. Here I'm not focusing on the design. My main aim is to you will learn the Firebase. Designing part already I have covered in classroom. So this is our created newly activity. We will delete all these data. Either you can from the design part or from the code part. We will convert into the linear layout for simplicity. Okay, here we will set the orientation as a vertical. Now we will create a simple design with the help of drag and drop. We will select the email. We will select one email field, one password field, and one button, and another text view, and one progress bar for showing the progress. Okay, this is our design part. Now we will move all the components into the center. So we will by the gravity center. Okay, now we will increase the size of the text view, size, text size 30 sp, and giving the name of the color, text color, and text message as a already registered user. Click here, already registered user, click here. Okay, that's it. Now our design part is ready. Now we will create the instance reference variable and objects inside the main activity. So we will create the reference of the edit tags, tags 1, tags 2, tags 1 for the email part. Here we are creating the object find view id r dot id r dot r dot id dot. We have created the object of the edit text field. Now move to the XML code part. Inside this, come to the button and set the on click. On click, do register. We have defining the handler of the button. So this is the do register button. Click on Alt Enter and create the method inside the Java part. Already we have done this many times, so there should not be any problem. Also create the reference variable of the progress bar, progress bar, and also create the object of the progress bar. Progress bar equals to find yd r dot. We'll connect our application with Firebase. So for connecting, click on the tools, open the Firebase Assistance, and inside this, click on the authentication part, click on email and password authentication. Now we are connecting our application with Firebase. So connect to the Firebase. Internet connection is required, Google authentication is required. If your Android Studio has been logged in with the Google account, then there should not be any problem. Okay, so connect to Firebase. Now our application is connecting with Firebase. Application has been connected with Firebase, so we will add the dependencies of the Firebase inside our application. So click on Add Firebase Authentication to your app. Now dependencies has been added, so we will create the object of the Firebase Authentication. Firebase Authentication AU authentication equal to Firebase authentication dot get instance. So object is created. Now we will fetch the values of the email and password from the text one. String text one equals to string email value equals to text one dot some problem of the recording software. Already we have done this many times. We just fetch the values from the text field and the from the email field and from the password field into the variable email value and password value. Now with the help of authentication object, we will create the create user with email and password. This is already defined method which we are using here. Create user with email password. Inside this we will pass the email value and the password value. Email value and password value. Okay, click on here dot and add the listener, add on complete listener. Inside this we'll pass two values. One is the context of the activity and another is the new object of the new on complete listener. Inside this you can see one method is generated on complete. Inside this, if the email address is already validated, if the email address is available, then user will create inside the password. If email is not the valid field, then that means object user will not create it. So if task is successful, then that means uh, user is created, and if task is not successful, that means user is not created. So we will check here if task dot is task is successful, that means user is created. So we will show the message on the toes, user is created, user is created, user, yeah, or user have registered, user have registered. Now we will handle the else condition. Toes some problem in registration, just we are showing the message registration. Okay, for showing the progress we will also initiate the progress bar. So here we will set the progress bar dot set visibility view We will set the visibility as invisible, and now the our progress bar is invisible. Come to the uh, to register part, showing the showing the progress. Now we will visible the progress bar. So set visibility view view dot visible. Task is successful. Now there is no need of the progress bar. So set the visibility bar dot set visibility gone. Same line inside the else part. Now if all things is correct, then user created inside the backend inside the Firebase part, and we can also see that user inside the Firebase. So we have required the Firebase login inside the firebase.google.com. Google authentication is required only. Go to the console part. You can see your project. We have created a project Firebase. We have created a project Firebase. First, we will check the name of the project. This is my Firebase demo. So click on here. Click on the authentication. Clicking on the authentication, come to the sign in method. There are so many types of sign in methods available. With the help of Firebase, we have used the email and password sign in method. So we will enable this. Okay. If you want to create your authentication through the phone, in that condition we have to enable this and this and this. There are so many types of facilities available. Now we have enabled from the backend side sign in method. One thing has been remaining, that is the internet permissions. So we will set the internet permissions. Uses permission. All thing is okay. We will execute our application. We'll register with the valid email ID. Here I have not apply the validations. You can also apply the validations using simply coding. Click on button. If all things okay, then we will get the message user have registered. Okay, and if there will be any problem, then we will get the message user there are problems in registrations. Now click on the Firebase side that user has been registered or not. Inside the Firebase we can check user have registered or not. So click on refresh button. At the users you can see the details. So you can see we have registered with the help of this email ID. Password we cannot see due to security purpose. Okay, so now you can see the registration part we have done successfully with the help of this code. You can register the users. Now you can design, now you can apply your designing skills for enhancing the application, background, colors, hints, so many. So this is the basic application for the authentication purpose. In the next part, we will see how we can use these fields for the login application. With the help of this user, we will apply the authentication details of this user on the login application, and we will do the login. Okay. So now for today, thank you so much. If you are facing any, if you will face any problem, leave the comments. Definitely I will reply you. Okay, thank you so much.